Good morning. We're so lucky to have Heather Askinosie from Energy Muse, who I have like a crystal crush on.
Hi.
Hi, beautiful. How are
Good
you?
morning. How are
Good
you?
morning. Good morning. I'm good, and I love the smile, and like I can feel the energy coming through.
Wow, thanks for having me this morning. I'm so grateful.
Oh my God, Heather, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for being here. I think so many
Yeah.
people are so curious about the mysticism and all of that, of gems, minerals, crystals,
Yes.
all of that.
Yes.
So I want to start with, how are you this morning?
You know what? I'm doing great. I feel I
Good.
feel really good and I feel energized and I'm plugging into the crystal grid below us and just soaking in the energy.
For anyone who doesn't know you, will you share a little bit about you and how energy and crystals became such a part of your being?
Yeah. My journey with crystals started about 27 years ago. And for me at that time, I'm a seeker. I'm always looking for something that works. And at the time, I was selling high-end real estate. And I started learning about feng shui. That's really what opened the door for energy for me. I had a client that came in, Fortune 500 client, and he's like, look, I'm going to buy a lot of real estate from you, but you need to know feng shui. And 27 years ago, I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. And he said, it's a Chinese art of placement. So anyway, I ended up going and learning the mathematical part of feng shui, which was all about blueprints of homes, which is similar to a natal chart in astrology. It's kind of the natal chart of
Okay.
the house. So I learned that there was this whole world of invisible energy that exists that I couldn't see, but was very much around. And so one thing led to another. I landed upon a crystal shop once again 27 years ago. Those were not rampant. It was a little store. And I saw this amethyst crystal. And I said, what is that? It was sparkly and pretty. And the woman said, oh, that's from Brazil. And it's about intuition. Once again, what are you talking about? What's intuition? So I think I was at a fork in the road where I had lived the standard of you make money, you have this, I had all the checklists of what I was supposed to be doing, but I was empty inside and I was very like, I don't know, just is this what it's all about? I didn't feel fulfilled. For the first time in my life, when I started learning about crystals and I traveled to Hawaii and I studied with healers and medicine men and all this stuff, is that for the first time in my life, I landed out of my head and into my heart. For me, crystals were this grounding tool. It never was something for me that I gave my power over to. It was always something for me that I utilized for me to get in my power. I own Energy Muse with my best friend and business partner. So we started this company 20 years ago out of the trunks of our car. And the very first necklace was the prosperity necklace, which I designed based on feng shui principles that 3 coins tied with red string brings money, but I added jade. And so what I'm very happy to say is 20 years later, that is still one of our number one bestsellers. So our mission right now, especially with what's going on the planet, is to help people become educated about the crystals. So if you go to energymuse.com and you go on our blog and you got a crystal question, I hope the answers are there. I want people to know it's super simple. Let's not make Mother Nature complicated. When someone's like, how do I work with a crystal? Pick one up, hold it in your hands, put it on your body. What's your intention? Go inside. It's the journey inside. What are daily tools that you can do in less than 5 minutes where you start chipping away at yourself, where you feel like you're gathering your light again? And we need to remember as humans, we got a lot of light in. We got to remember our power. We got to unite. We got to come together as communities because we're really great together.
If we could talk a little bit about like the healing energy of crystals and how it works,
Right.
and how a beginner would find what works for them, and how to utilize it for
Okay.
themselves.
So just one really not quick thing, but one stone that's really good for arthritis is amethyst. And
There's something I got called the biomat,
I
which
have
I
it.
love.
I love it.
So, love it. It's interesting because they have amethyst
Mm-hmm.
in there. I find that I'm mostly attracted to amethyst to rose quartz. And then I started to have this love affair with rainbow fluorite. And it's funny because you posted about fluorite yesterday. And so I wanted to know, is there something to it? Amethyst or rose quartz? Is that something that most people, that's one of their first ones that they love?
Yeah.
Is it the arthritis that attracts me?
I know this might sound odd, but I kind of think that rose quartz and amethyst are a couple where they kind of really like being together and they love to be together in the bedroom. And so if you are really looking to bring crystals in the bedroom, how you mentioned, I love to have like a sphere of rose quartz or a sphere of amethyst because it has this energy of, and they like to be together. What you'll find with crystals similar to plants is they kind of like to congregate together. The thing with crystals in the bedroom that I have found is sometimes they get very chatty energetically where they're keeping me up at night. And I only have in my bedroom now, I have selenite, which I think everybody needs to have selenite.
Well, okay, I was going to ask you about that under the bed.
Under the bed. And then I definitely think rose quartz and amethyst is great for if you are in a relationship. It's an amazing harmonizer, but it's also great if you want to attract new love in relationships because it balances out. I'm not saying you can't have other crystals in the bedroom. You always need to trust yourself. But what I've found from people when they're saying they're having sleeping issues and they have a ton of crystals, I always ask, how many crystals do you have in your bedroom?
Does it matter the size?
The thing with size is it really does. It really is about how you're working with them. I'm all about balance. So I don't want to have something be too overwhelming, but I want to also be able to feel it. So it's this dance.
For those of us that have a challenge sometimes getting out of our head and into our feel, do you have a quick tool to assist us?
I think right now, things that you could touch. I like to have the touchstones. I'm really into touchstones right now because I feel like I could hold them if I'm on a call or if I need to have something going on. I also feel like there's something that I could rub on my body. So I think that when you're starting, if you can be working with things that you could hold in your hands, because then you're connecting with it.
What are the differences? Is it a preference thing, whether you love a big raw piece or you want a polished piece or whether you want a point or a pyramid? Is that just a personal?
I think something I keep hearing from
I know there's a lot.
Something I keep hearing from your rose quartz is that, have you ever put flowers at the base of it? Like a flower.
Not this big one, but I will. Okay. But I usually have flowers next to my bed and I keep smaller rose quartz.
Okay, yeah, I kept seeing like the rose quartz and the flowers. Okay, so that's like a really good thing. And I almost feel for your big one, if you even had like a little cup and you put like a, like a marigold or like something that can submerge in water. And I feel like this is what it's important. And then we'll go back to the cleansing part. What happens is that sometimes I'm finding that the plant world and the mineral world are working really well together. Crystals have to be given a job. It's really simple where you might light some incense, where you take your crystal and you have your flower underneath and you could even put your head to the crystal or hold it and just see, like, I programmed this crystal to just emit love and high vibrational frequency into this whole space. So what happens is, you see how we're using the energy on larger minerals? You want those to work in your environment energetically. This energetic exchange of your intention programmed in to emit out, it's really powerful. So then the other part is at Energy Muse, which is super cool about our company. This is one really cool thing I think we do. At Energy Muse, we have high vibrational mantras and music that are piped in 24 hours a day. So we are purifying the space. Continual. So for some of you guys right now, they're like, look, I don't know how to clear my crystals. What I would say to you is, if you have a phone and you can go on and pull up like Tibetan bells or megahertz music, high vibrational frequency, and play it in your home and in your environment. Sound frequency is actually the next level. Once you've saged and you've smudged and all that, it helps to cleanse them on a different energy field. The more we show up for ourselves consistently, because if you can't commit to yourself, it's going to be hard to commit to anybody else. If we can take this time of reflection and Mother Earth breathing right now to shed some layers. The old world is ending, and really step in and move forward with who we want to be. But we have to do that inner work. No one can do it for us. Okay, so this is the first book, Crystal Muse. Basically, this is 25 years of secrets of what I got from kahunas, medicine men. It's very ritualistic, and I don't mean it in that. It's just that it's sequencing and formulas. Crystal 365 is the perfect book for somebody new on the crystal market. It gives you the crystal. It gives you a picture. If you don't have time to read, you know exactly what to do with it. It gives you an affirmation and 3 easy steps. It takes 52 of the most prevalent crystals, gives you an actionable thing that you can do right now, today. Here's mine. So, but this is mine. It's called Daily Crystal Inspiration. And basically, it's a card deck. The thing that's cool about this card deck is that it takes a crystal, and similar to the book, what it does is it gives you, what are you going to do today with the crystal? It gives you an actionable action. It gives you a mantra, and it's super simple. Because I want people to know how to work with crystals. If you are pulling oracle cards, take your decks, take 3 or 4 of your decks.
Yeah, I do.
Ask a question and layer all the cards on top of it. And then what happens is you have all these juicy different interpretations for one question, and it's great. Well, I just pulled a card for you. Let's see if this is accurate. But I just got Chrysocolla for you, which is all about a fresh start. So I feel like there's something going on with you right now. I'm getting chills. That there's something that you're thinking about, or something that's like birthing that maybe not everybody even knows about.
You're spot on, because there's one thing with shift that I'm birthing and dabbling, and then there's maybe a potential something in my personal life that's new, and I hope turns into something. That's what I kind of was
feeling.
Okay, then you know what? I'll take personal over professional any day.
Okay,
how fun.
To that, it's like get laser focused. So I think for you, what would that mean in a reading? You right now are at this point where, okay, what doesn't work with what I've done past in the relationships? And you got to get laser focused on what you want in whatever this new thing is.
So wild what you're saying.
Final reading, embrace change. Embrace change. Congrats.
Yeah, you're gonna
be
crying in the best way, because it's like I'm like bubbling to tell you all that, and you're like, I just got you. That's amazing. So I really want to know the difference between when we sage or when we Palo Santo.
Okay.
How we really do it to clear energy as well as clear minerals.
Okay. So I will say this. There are so many different ways to do it. I'm going to just share with you what I do. What's better is to do it versus not do it if you think you're doing it wrong. This is what I think is most important, that when you smudge or do anything with smoke, you always open the windows and doors. For me, I like to use sage because sage has this antiseptic. I like to start at the front door only as a beginning point where I know where to start and I know where to finish. Some people believe counterclockwise takes out energy and then clockwise brings it in. However, I've been saging for many, many years. Smudging, saging, I know they're based on indigenous regions and how the word is said. With the smudge stick, what I like to do is I will light it and I will walk around my house and I will personally say, please release all negativity, and I'll walk through every room in my house with the intention of clearing illness, sickness, fear, anxiety. I'm saying it out loud. If you can get a hold of this prayer on page 32, which I think we might have, and if you need it, because I don't want people to not have it, just direct message us at Energy Muse and we'll send it to you. And also with that, we have a playlist that you could play that clears energy in the house. And if you direct message us, we're going to send that to you too. For me, with Palo Santo, I use it to bring in blessings. There's a conversation right now with Palo Santo as that it's being over harvested. So a lot of people are going, hey, look, are we being responsible with Palo Santo? So I will put that out to everyone. With that being said, what are other modalities to cleanse your house? Copal is amazing for a purification. Frankincense, You got to give it the directive. You have to be in exchange with the energetic medicine.
Is it ever okay to use them in a combination or together?
I do all the time. What I really suggest is people cleansing their energy on a daily basis. Starting on October 1st at Energy Muse, I will go live at 7 a.m. for 21 days to teach people how to clear their energy on a daily basis. After 20 minutes, you don't even have to buy anything. You just got to show up. You will feel night and day. And the reason we're doing it for free is because I don't want to have people have an excuse of I can't afford it.
It's a bit loaded, but I want to know what your favorites are.
I have had some consistent favorites as of recently. Shungite is a personal favorite that I think that every human being must have in their stockpile. And I will say this, while we still can get it out of Russia, I highly suggest you purchase some from whomever your reputable dealer is. But like shungite this is one form of shungite. Let me get one second.
Gorgeous.
It also comes in a raw form. So I put shungite next to all of my computers, modems, things in your house that have EMFs. So number 2, this is selenite. And I would definitely say right now, another one for me is amethyst. This is something you can do if you have those 3 stones. Third eye, amethyst. Rose quartz over your heart, selenite over your stomach. You sit there for 11 minutes, listen to some music, and just see that your body is just like your energy field is starting to clear up and down your spine and see it all clearing. It is energetic medicine.
There was this most beautiful rainbow fluorite point. And I was in a heated conversation with someone pacing. And as soon as I got off the call, it fell and it broke. And I was so bummed. But I want to talk about a broken crystal, what it means. Can we still use it?
Sometimes I feel crystals will absorb energy. I personally, when things break like that, I will give them back to the earth. I'll put them in my plants.
Yes. So the point, is there any validity that if the point chips?
Okay, so I look at crystals in a different way. So you probably are going to get a lot of answers on this one, but sometimes I will work with a chipped crystal because I use it to work with my perfectionism. I think we go through journeys with our stones where sometimes it feels really good and sometimes they feel heavy.
Crystals near water, crystals near the bathroom, in the bathroom. What's your thought?
Well, I have a lot of crystals in my bathroom. I have a lot of crystals everywhere. So, but,
me too.
I'm very big about putting altars, like little altars everywhere. So when I put my crystals together, I kind of put them together as like a family. I have a bath and I have a whole altar there. And I have, once again, just certain crystals that are, I like the aquamarines and the ocean jaspers. And I like to add crystals to my bath. I'd make a little altar and I'd write down my goals. And I write that down and put it programmed over the amethyst. I would personally add like a jar of coins. So say, for example, you go out and you get $1 or whatever, you add money to the jar of next to your amethyst. You're building this frequency that you keep adding to. Now, I would personally add either a bamboo or some round leaf plants because I want to add the green life. Money altars. Try it.
Okay, maybe we can do this again,
yes.
But thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.